Hi YouTube and welcome to Danielle's Denture Diaries. I am Danielle and I wanted to make a video and upload it outside of the schedule that I have. Um, Guys, I've literally been writing up ideas and time framing it out to ensure that at least through this month so far I have two videos that will be uploaded consistently. I'm already scheduled out for through to January 16th so far. But I wanted to make this video outside of the schedule because I want this one uploaded ASAP. Um, I didn't know how much you guys wanted to know about my personal life. I honestly didn't realize that some people might be invested in knowing certain things about myself. This is a support group, not for me, but for you guys. Um, I don't feel I really need support. I think what I need is always going to be fuel and fire to do right by somebody else besides myself. And I do already have a bit of that myself, but what I have an issue with sometimes is that I get stuck in my own head and I feel like I'm not helping somebody and I'm just talking into thin air and hoping that somebody is impacted in a positive way. Um, this is a group for you guys. What I saw is that people were actually asking about when is the date, when am I getting married, from my New Year's video, and I've had comments in the past from that actually. And I just wanted to say I am married. Matthew and I are married. We got married on January 30th, and I will show you guys some pictures, or I will do my best to. Da, 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 da. So I do have some pictures from the first look. So that's me walking up to him and walking up to our son. And I touched his arm. And we stood there for a good few minutes. Um, he was tearful and it was amazing. And I'm not crying, I'm just fixing my eyelashes. But it did mean the world because transparently, I have been married before and it was very rushed. It wasn't anything like what I would have hoped. And in the moment, it was what I wanted. I just wanted to be married, and it was not entirely for all the right reasons. Um, Me and the person were engaged, but we had never jumped on getting it done or even coming up with a plan. I think we initially thought like a gothic wedding, and I literally wore a black dress to my wedding, if that tells you guys anything. Um, and I thought it was the right thing to do. My college at the time, for me to apply to the college, I had to either be married or get a letter of independence from a parent of mine, and I chose to get married because I don't associate with my family, or they don't associate with me. So anyways, been there, done that, and I just wanted to bask in the moment with him. So here he is. He was wiping a tear or two, and I thought it was the most incredible reaction, him not wanting to turn around right away. And when he did, um, he was crying. You can't, I almost blend in with the snow and the trees. But he kept, just staring at me once he did finally turn around. And of course, we kissed a lot. um, this one I'll have to zoom in a little bit more, but my dress was $30 on Amazon. I actually got two of them from Amazon because, well, as you know, you're not customizing an order and you're not having the size customized, cinched, whatever. So I got two just in case. I got one that had glitter all over it or sparkles, and that's very fitting for me and my personality. And then I got the plain white that was a little more traditional, but still very, I guess, modern. It was very form fitting. It didn't go down to the floor completely. It had a high slit on one leg. And, well, I mean, you can kind of see it at least from the back here, but very simple. I thought it was beautiful. And it's a close up of me and Matthew. Can't really see my face, but I'm kind of doing like a kind of face. I did not think he was gonna cry, but it was honestly just so spectacular. I also had Amazon hair extensions on hand. Those were a whopping $15 because they're not real human hair. They're the plastic kind that you can't really do a whole lot with. In fact, they're pretty much done for once you wear them one time, because they knot up so much and rat up. So I wore them through the pictures. I wore them through the ceremony. I wore them at our little after party after the reception dinner. Is that what it is? Reception dinner? I don't even know. But we planned the whole thing in like a week. So I mostly did with what I had besides the dress and shoes. I found those extensions in the back of my closet. I wasn't even looking for them, but I grabbed them and I threw them on the bed and I was like, those would be awesome to have for that day. So I went ahead and grabbed them. My hair is that long, but it's not thick. So at least for the picture side of things, I just wanted to have thicker hair. I'm so happy with how these turned out. And it's actually his youngest sister that took our pictures, which makes these even more sentimental to me. Just, I still can't believe we did it. My face looks really round lately. I don't know what's happening, but here's that. I'm just laughing. I believe there were some skiers walking by, which, fun story with that. I don't have the rest of the pictures yet, but that's what I have so far. So it was on a ski trail, and all we did was we walked out, me wearing heels in the snow, and my toes were exposed. It was freezing, and it hurt my toes so bad. My fingers started to hurt. I was wearing this sweater during the shoot, but I would take it off, and I had a wrap that I would put on instead, and it hurt so bad. We were not there for very long, and this group of two women and a man, I don't think they were all together. I think the man and woman were together, and then there was another random woman. But they were walking up, and we were leaving. I was like kind of coaxing our son to the side. I was like, hey, get out of the way, move over, make room. And the couple went by and didn't say anything. And mind you, they're also going uphill. So, I mean, whatever. They weren't going very fast. They were almost like struggling, actually. But we moved over, and the other woman that I think was by herself said, hey, you did notice that the signs outside say no walking. It's not a walking trail. It's a ski trail from X day to X day in the season. No, we didn't see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. And you would think you kind of keep it moving. This person was adamant about reiterating her piece repeatedly. And we were like, okay, okay, yep, yep, yep. Um, I didn't say anything for a while. I stayed quiet. It was Matt and his sister who kept saying, oh, yeah, no, we didn't notice. Or, yep, no, we didn't see that. Okay, yeah, no, we didn't see that. I got a little protective um, because she just would not stop and take the apology or the rationalization. Okay, like, it's fine. Okay, got it. So I chimed up and I said, okay, we heard you the first time. Thanks so much. Have a great day. And she kind of stared at me for a moment. She stopped moving and we're still walking out. But she stopped moving and turned around and just kind of stared at me like, we're not going to keep letting you harass us while we're leaving. We are leaving. And I think she said something else under her breath. And I looked at Matt and I was like, I don't understand why people have to be so crabby. When we apologized, we did not see the sign. We recognized it and we're leaving. And then she turned around and kept going after I said my piece to Matt. Loudly on purpose, because I just don't understand. So she kept moving. And this is early in the day. Like, I just didn't want, I'm not in the mood to let anyone ruin this for me. So the whole time, I mean, I'm smiling, but like, stop. Just stop. We heard you the first 5 times. So she starts to leave. She made another comment to the couple, whatever. It looked like they were going their separate ways. They didn't really hang out, so I don't think they were friends or anything. And then the couple, the man, kept going, and that woman then stopped and said, hey, she was just saying, and I interrupted her. And you guys, I promise you, I am not this kind of a person for out of nowhere or all the time. I said, yeah, and we heard her the first 10 times. We do not need someone else to repeat what she said. We are literally leaving. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. And she just said, oh, okay, yeah, you look beautiful. And Matt and his sister said, oh, thanks. I didn't say a word. I just kept it moving because at this point, I am freezing. We are trying to leave. We are being harassed at this point. I told you we're trying to leave. I told them we are leaving. Not, oh, you know what? We're going to hang out of spite. Which, yeah, that would be annoying, but also, they were leaving the trail. At this point, we were out by the parking lot. And our son, our 4-year-old, was trekking through the snow, and I'm trying to help him. Go away. Go away. The first time you said something, I understand. You made your point. Got it. Lesson learned. Never again. I will never do that again. The second time, maybe you thought I didn't hear you. The third time, fourth time, fifth time, and then someone else turns around after hearing the entire conversation. I digress. It did not ruin my day. It was just a thing. And by the end of the night, we were laughing. The ceremony was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It was very simple. I had 7 people show up from my side, and that included my people's plus 1. And Matt had maybe 10 people on his side. And I was able to have my director walk me down the aisle with my son. And it just meant so much to me. I might cry. And she was my witness. And Matt had his mom be his witness for our wedding. And his dad was actually the one who married us. Originally, it was going to be my director from work, so the one that ended up walking me down the aisle. And I was going to have Max walk me down the aisle, and she was going to marry us. But I think it's even better the way it worked out. And it's not that I see my manager as like a parental role in my life. But when you take my hand and you're giving it to someone else, the understanding is that, I mean, to my knowledge, I'm not a professional wedding whatever, but to my knowledge, the person giving my hand to someone else is someone who has shown not only that they care about my heart, but that they protect my heart. And she had seen me through so much. And she's not afraid to call me out. She's not afraid to say it like it is. She's not afraid to say, hey, you're doing that thing again where you think of other people and not yourself. And this is not going to be good for you. And in turn, it's not going to be good for your son. It's not going to be good for your job, your well-being, nothing. Like, what good is this doing you? And anyway, it was phenomenal. I know my mom was there. I had a bouquet with white roses and with white daisies in it. The white roses was just the traditional, you know, but the white daisies were important to me because that was my mom's favorite flower. So, had that. Afterwards, we just did some hors d'oeuvres. We didn't do the full on like dinner. Like there were sandwiches and sushi and some drinks. We did it in a community room for the area. And afterwards we went to a bar. Our son was being babysat, of course. But we went to a bar, and I think in total out of all of us that went, it was myself, Matt, 3 of his guests, and then 4 of mine. So we had 9 people sitting at a table, and it was just the best. It was the absolute best. And I'm not one for going to a bar. Personally, I've had very bad experiences with the bar and the whatever, I guess. People that were like regulars and it was like their bar or whatever you want to say, I guess. Like I don't know. It's not my thing. But yeah, we went out. We expected to only be out till 10 p.m. We stayed out till bar close almost. We left at like, oh my gosh, what was it? Like 1:45. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of dancing. It was karaoke night too. We didn't reserve the bar or anything. We just kind of showed up, and I was in my dress still with this jacket and my heels, which hurt so bad by the end of the night. My shoes were just Jessica Simpson, silver, glitter, whatever. Really beautiful shoes. And I wore them the entire day and night. Besides walking through the snow, I had boots that I would switch. But yeah. So yeah. Matt and I did record a video last night. It will be uploaded for you guys on January 9th. Yeah, January 9th. And it's the interview where I ask him questions about being in a romantic relationship with me, finding out when I first told him that I had dentures, what he thought, all that good stuff. We don't go into explicit or graphic detail. We don't name really any specifics because that is not the intention of this channel. That's not what kind of channel this is. I feel we clarify things enough that those of you mature enough to be listening to the content, you will understand what we're saying. And he understands why I asked him to talk about it, because it is so impactful for a denture wearer. It was um, a heavy topic for me personally, and I just kind of lucked out, I think. But I did tell him, I said, hey, is it okay that I refer to you as my husband? Is it okay that, um, I say that? And I only asked him because pairing that with him, like showing his face on camera, it's not that he's embarrassed or ashamed. Um, I was the one who was being more leery because I was trying to be mindful of his feelings, and I didn't know how he felt about almost like parading around, hey, my wife wears dentures. I don't know. I'm not on that side of the coin, so I don't know. But I asked, and he said, no, I would prefer that you say, I'm your husband. I would prefer that, you know, anywhere you go, I can proudly say you're my wife. And, there's like, you're doing that thing again where it's all in your head. And I was like, okay, got it. Thank you. So, before that video is released, I just wanted to tell you guys that we are married. Matt is my husband. And it's been incredible. We basically had a New Year's wedding. We got married on the 30th of December, which for me, close enough. Honestly, it was so last minute. We got our marriage license in the middle of December, and originally the plan was maybe 2024 we would get married, but we got the wedding license or marriage license, and we looked at each other in the truck once we got back out of the courthouse, and we were like, life is too short, and we want to be married. I want to be married to him, and I'm assuming he wanted to be married to me. So we called his mom to say, hey, we got the marriage license. And she said, oh, okay, yeah, great. So, what are you guys thinking for the wedding? Are you guys still set on the 2024? And he told her, no, actually, we're thinking we're going to do a shotgun wedding at a courthouse or go to Danielle's place of business and just get married, honestly, with her team. And his mom was like, no, don't do that. And I kind of figured she'd be a little sad. But I told him, I was like, you got to talk to your mom about that. And his mom put so much together for us, and she planned so much, and she would kind of nudge us like, hey, did you get this yet? Hey, did you do that yet? What do you think about doing this or having that? And ultimately she pulled the whole thing together in a way from having my wedding where I was at a courthouse wearing a short black dress and I had maybe 3 people there because of college enrollment, to finding myself there was just so over the moon, just incredible. And we did the candle ceremony. We read our vows, which, fun fact, I had to rewrite my vows. I wrote my vows the day before at work. I had thought of the structure of them on my way into work, and then once I got there, I was like, da 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 da, typing it up, and saved it. I didn't print it. And the place I stored them, I could not access from Matt's phone. I left my phone at home on accident. It ended up being a good thing. I tend to get lost in taking pictures and videos, and I'm not in the moment anymore. So it was a good thing. The bad thing is I couldn't log into the same place from Matt's phone without going to my phone to put in the security code to authorize his phone. So my vows were gone. Our time was a little delayed between pictures being taken to putting our things in the hotel room. And I was like, please give me your phone. So he gave me his phone, and as we're like driving around, and I asked him to show me like the area he grew up in, his school, because we were in his childhood area, and he showed me around, and the whole time I'm like, oh, that's awesome, babe, like that's so cute, and oh my gosh, just imagine if we would have met in high school, like da 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 da. You wouldn't have liked me, and I don't know, it's strange because you're a country boy, and at the time I was like all gothic whatever, and not the full, I it's hard for me to say that, not the full-fledged gothic, but that was more my niche, I guess. But I'm typing up my vowels. I typed up my vowels in like 30 minutes. Like 30 or 40 minutes. So anyways, I just wanted to jump on and do, I guess, like a bonus upload. Tell you guys that I'm married. I'm, oh my God, over the moon. Not a whole lot else really to it. I don't really expect a whole lot of conversation out of it or anything. Just the simple fact that I wanted to tell you guys, I don't do personal life updates really. I try to keep those two pieces of my life pretty separated, like I said, because on one hand, yes, there's a handful of people that might be curious. And at the same time, this channel is intended for you guys. It's intended for you guys to gain knowledge, have a conversation, maybe have an idea or a thought brought up that you hadn't thought of before. Hopefully gain some positive thinking into your frame of mind around dentures or the dentist or whatever it may be. Maybe you're just here to listen to me talk. I don't know. I definitely do have a few YouTubers that I have where it's kind of like that, where I didn't hear everything they said, but it's nice to have their voice in the background, especially when I'm home alone. But anyway, before I continue ranting, I wanted to thank you guys again. I know I thanked you on New Year's, but I want to thank you again for being the incredible people that you are, for being the amazing humans that you are. So far in this support group, I've maybe had one or two incidences where I had to block someone, and that for me is impressive. I did not think this support group would truly help or impact people. I hoped it would, but the fact that, I mean, you guys and what you say speaks for itself. There's not much more that I can add to the conversation besides saying thank you for listening, for being here. Some of you have been here since the very beginning and you're still here, which tells me that at least the content changes enough that it's interesting. But I don't know what I did to deserve you guys. I don't know what it is. All I can do is be my authentic self, be as transparent as possible with you guys while protecting myself and my personal life, and just keep saying thank you, I guess. Because at the end of the day, this message, this support group, it only goes as far as you guys allow it. If you guys follow Radiant Brit, this channel is, I guess, like a part-time job for me, or at least that's how serious I do take it. At the end of the day, I'm employed by you guys, and it's up to you guys to decide whether this support group continues to go wherever it's going to go or it's canceled. So I'm going to always be mindful and respectful of you guys. I'm going to always try to be as creative as possible in the topics I cover. And always tell you guys thank you. So I know I said thank you already, but I wanted to say thank you again. I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Keep smiling. Drop comments if you have questions, if you have topics, ideas you'd like for me to cover. Like I said, my intention is to post 2 videos in a week for as long as I can. If I can do it this entire year, would be phenomenal. If you guys like videos like this one, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I can't promise that I'll keep doing personal life updates, My life isn't that interesting. But if you'd like to see more from me in the future, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.